The U.S. military shot down an unmanned Iranian drone after it aggressively approached a U.S. Navy aircraft carrier with unclear intent, as per U.S. Central Command spokesman. The spokesman added, USS Abraham Lincoln, CVN-72, was transiting the Arabian Sea approximately 500 miles from Iran's southern coast when an Iranian Shahed-139 drone unnecessarily maneuvered toward the ship. U.S. aircraft carriers deployed in the region are frequently shadowed by Iranian drones and manned aircraft as part of routine surveillance activity. Although most of these interactions remain uneventful and are closely monitored, U.S. forces operate under established rules of engagement that authorize defensive measures whenever an approaching aircraft is judged to present a potential risk to the carrier or its embarked air wing. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how F-35C from USS Abraham Lincoln smoked Iranian Shahed-139 drone in the Arabian Sea. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted and fastest VPN brand that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte. NordVPN provides a 256-bit encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy and also enables you to access contents that are blocked based on geolocation. Its threat protection system helps you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. NordVPN application is available for all the major platforms as well as browsers. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive saving by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The Shahed-139 is an Iranian medium-altitude, long-endurance (MALE) unmanned aerial vehicle designed as a versatile combat and reconnaissance platform within Iran's expanding drone family. Emerging from the same Shahed aviation industry's lineage as other well-known Iranian UAVs, the Shahed-139 is intended to provide a balance of endurance, payload flexibility, and strike capability beyond expendable loitering munitions like the Shahed-136. Unlike the smaller kamikaze-style drones in the Shahed series, the Shahed-139 adopts a more conventional airframe with straight wings, a conventional fuselage, and a rear-mounted pusher propeller, features reminiscent of Western MALE drones such as the MQ-1 Predator. This configuration supports extended flight durations, stable observation profiles, and the carriage of mission-specific payloads. Observers note that the Shahed-139 likely retains the long-endurance ethos of its predecessors, with a potential operational range in the order of several hundred to around 1,000 miles or 1,600 kilometers, and endurance measured in tens of hours, depending on altitude, mission profile, and onboard systems. Payload capacity also distinguishes the Shahed-139 from expendable loitering munitions. Unlike the Shahed-136, which carries a warhead of roughly 50 kilograms, 110 pounds, the Shahed-139's larger airframe is expected to support a greater weapon or sensor payload. Operationally, the Shahed-139 is primarily used for reconnaissance, but is thought to be capable of deploying some specific munitions. The UAV can be programmed for autonomous waypoint navigation, utilizing GPS-INS guidance with potential beyond line-of-sight data link support. The supercarrier embarked CVW-9 carrier air wing consisting of 8 squadrons flying F-35C, Lightning II, FA-18EF, Super Hornets, EA-18G Growlers, E-2D Hawkeyes, CMV-22B Ospreys, and MH-60RS Seahawks. The F-35C Lightning II variant has been embarked on USS Abraham Lincoln since at least January 2022, when Marine Fighter Attack Squadron 314, VMFA 314, the 1st Marine Corps F-35C Squadron, deployed aboard the carrier as part of CVW-9. This reflects current U.S. Navy and Marine Corps practice, where one F-35C squadron replaces an older fighter squadron within the Air Wing strike fighter mix. In a typical configuration, a single squadron of F-35C has around 10 to 14 aircraft. Abraham Lincoln had already participated in F-35C carrier qualifications and operational testing as early as 2017 to 2018. An F-35C Lightning II can neutralize an incoming Shahed-139 through a combination of early detection stealthy positioning, and flexible engagement options that strongly favor the fighter. The process typically begins with long-range detection using the F-35C's AN/APG-81 AESA radar, which can employ specialized modes to identify small, slow-moving aerial targets, complemented by the Distributed Aperture System, DAS, that provides continuous 360-degree infrared surveillance. These inputs are fused into a single, high-confidence track, often augmented by off-board data from carrier strike group sensors or airborne early warning aircraft, allowing the pilot to build situational awareness without relying solely on active emissions. Exploiting its low observable design, the F-35C can approach or position itself along the drone's projected flight path while remaining difficult to detect, effectively controlling the geometry of the engagement. When cleared to engage, the aircraft can select from multiple weapons based on cost, range, and certainty of kill. An AIM-9X infrared-guided missile is well-suited to engaging propeller-driven UAVs with strong thermal signatures. An AIM-120 AMRAAM offers longer reach and the ability to prosecute targets beyond visual range or in groups, and, under favorable conditions, the internally mounted 25mm GAU-22A cannon provides a precise and comparatively low-cost option. Importantly, the F-35C does not need to fire a weapon itself. It can function as a forward sensor, passing precise targeting data to ship-based Aegis systems or other aircraft to enable a coordinated, layered defense. After the intercept, the same fused sensor suite provides rapid battle damage assessment, allowing immediate re-engagement if necessary. In practical terms, this combination of early warning, stealth, networking, and weapon flexibility means a Shahed-139 would have been destroyed well before it could threaten the supercarrier. In an operation like this, F-35 could have been aided by E-2 Hawkeye, which is a carrier-based AWACS aircraft. The Shahed-139's strengths, endurance, and range do not translate into survivability against a stealth fighter with fused sensors and modern missiles. The engagement would have typically ended even before the UAV operator knew that it is being targeted. F-35C was used most likely because U.S. Navy wanted to put the relatively newer aircraft into real-life scenarios. Other aircraft like the Super Hornets could have also executed this mission. Iran should understand that it is playing with fire. This event took place even as the two countries are setting up a negotiation. In an interview with Fox News, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, is set to have conversations with the Iranians later this week. Leavitt confirmed, those are still scheduled as of right now. Iranian officials have said they want the negotiations to focus on the country's nuclear program, while Washington reportedly wants to discuss a range of issues, including Iran's ties to regional armed groups, as well as its ballistic missile and defense programs. The provocation will not go down well with Trump administration, and there is a possibility that the situation could quickly go out of hand. The F-35C that took out the Shahed-139 could also penetrate the Iranian airspace and target the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei regime with precision strikes.